All right, let us summarize. We talked about customer success, the roles, the people you will be working with, the scope, and the corresponding timeline. We talked about the different deployment models. We talked about SaaS, on-premise, hybrid, and the different advantages and disadvantages. Then we installed the no-name platform. We made sure that the VMs are of the right size. We made use of the no-name activation file. We untar the tarball, the online package, and then we run the no-name installer with the corresponding, with the appropriate arguments, right? We install active testing and so on. This took about 10 minutes. As soon as we had the no-name platform installed, we had to log in and make sure that it's properly installed. It behaves as expected. Okay. We continued, and then we provisioned and installed a remote engine, right? Again, doing this for production, you got to make sure you meet the sizing requirements. Okay, we didn't do that because we already have done it, and we were working with the same type of VMs. We provision the remote engine by going under the user interface, settings, engines, and we provision a server engine. Right, there are three supported types: server, um, OVA, right, and finally Kubernetes. We did the server version. Okay. The command to execute to install the remote engine was present. It was there in then and there. Okay, we just had to copy and paste it. We had to go back to our VM for the remote engine. We had to untar under /opt/no name, and we had to copy and paste that command, and voila, our remote engine was installed. We had to pay attention to the statuses to make sure the statuses are actually updated properly. So you're going to see partial online first and then online. And last but not least, the longest exercise of them all was to go ahead and create an integration, talk about the packet pair data structure, and then troubleshoot, right? Explain to you how troubleshooting works, which in essence, guys, is usually looking at logs, making sure that everything is good to go, right? And then continuing with sending requests, right? I showed you how you can look at whether traffic arrives from one component to the other, right? Everything goes through Nginx. TLS ends at Nginx, so we can see everything decrypted, right? So I just was listening at the loopback, localhost in other words, all right, port 8080, and that's the port of the router, and I was able to identify whether the traffic goes through, right? And that's it, pretty much. Okay. So I like to thank you from the bottom of my heart for listening to me. There is an exam available, an assessment quiz. As soon as you complete it, you complete the survey, you complete pretty much, you see a check mark across the board for every single resource, you download the files, you will be able to get a certificate of completion, right? That you actually completed uh, the course. Okay. So again, many thanks. Please be honest with the survey. Give me feedback so that I can improve, and so on. Okay, much appreciated. Thank you so much for listening to my voice for the past couple of hours.